Hello, 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 everybody. My name is Steve Ford, and welcome to your new business English lesson. If you like this video, you can smash that like button, and you can also subscribe to my channel. Today, I have a wonderful lesson to teach you how to describe things when they are not working properly at work. Are you ready? Let's go.
What could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? My internet is down. The elevator, out of order, out of service. Electricity. The power's out, the power's off. My battery's running out. I'm running out of battery. My battery's running out. What could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? My battery died. My battery's dead. My car broke down. I had a flat tire. I ran out of gas. You're breaking up.
So many of my students, my private students, ask me how they can describe when things are not working right at work. And this can be a real challenge, especially if you need to say something very quickly because something is broken now. I'll try to quiz you a little bit. What do you think would be the right way? Knock on wood, I hope it doesn't happen to you. What do you think normally native speakers would say? Your internet is offline, your internet is down, or your internet is broken? Well, if you said your internet is down, high five, that is correct. So that's the way that we normally say it. This is what we call a collocation. What that means is that it's okay, you could say that your internet is offline, but that's not normally the way we'd say it. You'd say, oh, I'm at work and our internet is down. So many people are connected to their 4G, pretty soon 5G, and their internet that they're never really away from the office. And some people, they need to get away from their work. And that means to get away, to escape from an internet connection. So maybe you go camping or you go to the beach. What would you say? You're going to be offline this weekend? You're going to be down this weekend? Or you're going to be out this weekend? What do you think would be the correct way to describe when you're going to be without an internet connection this weekend? If you thought that it was that you're going to be offline, in this case, yes, means that nobody will be able to contact you on WhatsApp, by internet, anything like that. You're going to be offline. I don't know if this situation has ever happened to you where we're inside an elevator, it's going up, up, and then and it stops. Now, when people arrive at work, maybe they see a sign on the elevator, and what do you think the sign would say? That the elevator is broken or that the elevator is out of order or out of service? If you thought that the answer was that the elevator is out of order, out of service, that is correct. That's the way that we would normally say it. It doesn't mean that the elevator is broken is wrong. It just means that it's more common to use the other collocation, out of order, out of service. And that's my question for you. Have you ever been in me? Thank God, I've never been. I'm lucky in an elevator that was out of order, or when I was in it, that stopped. But maybe you have an experience that you want to share, so let me know in your comments. Now, the next one can happen a lot, and it does happen a lot if there's a bad storm, and that's when there is no electricity. And my little story is, I remember there was a huge blackout here in North America, and I just got off work in downtown Toronto, and I had to go pick up my wife. And I remember this very well because I was trying to cross a main intersection and there were no stoplights. Everybody was walking on the streets because the trains had stopped working, the subway trains. The streetcars stopped working. Everything stopped working. It was a huge blackout in Toronto, New York, all across Ohio State. Different cities were affected by this huge blackout. And that's one way of saying it, is blackout. Now, if somebody phones me up and I'm in the middle of this blackout, what do you think I would say? We have no lights. The power's out. The electricity is down. In this case, the general one to say is the power's out. We don't have any power. The power's out. And there's another one that can be used, which is the power's off. It's a little different. I know I'm splitting hairs here, but when you say that the power is off, it usually implies that somebody turned it off on purpose. So let me know in your comments if you have experienced a huge power outage. So what did you do? Light candles and sing some songs? Why not? Another thing that happens a lot to my students when I'm giving class to them online is because they're having classes on their laptop or on their phone, then quite often their battery will start to, and we have a few ways that you could possibly say it. You let me know which one you think it is. Would you say my battery is finishing? My battery is ending? My battery is running out? If you thought that it was my battery is running out, that is correct. And that phrasal verb, I can't stress enough how much native speakers like to use this phrasal verb, that my battery's running out. Now, if your battery runs out completely, then you could say my battery is finished, my battery stopped, or my battery is dead or has died. If you thought that it was my battery is dead or has died, that's correct. That's the way we would normally say it. It doesn't sound very technical, but that's the way, even in an office setting, the way that we would use it. And I really hope that that never happens to you. Another thing that can happen, knock on wood, I hope it doesn't happen to you, is when your car stops working. And what do you think would be correct? My car broke, my car broke down, my car is down, or my car stopped. Well, if you thought that it was my car broke down, high five. Now, I remember that I used to drive an old car and it used to break down all the time. I became an expert mechanic. I knew how to fix that car. And because it was a very simple kind of car, it was easy to fix when it broke down. You can't do that nowadays. Of course, you have somebody professional, someone who's qualified, and they're using all these electronic gadgets to determine what is wrong with your car. And I left one of the best ones for last. This is when we're having problems with voice communications. And that doesn't matter if it's in a video conference or if it's just by phone. If the audio connection is not very good, there are a few ways you can say it. One popular one is when you say you're breaking up. And what that means is that the person's voice is not continuous. The line is bad. And you can say, Steve, you're breaking up. You could also say you're cutting out. These are two great phrasal verbs that native speakers for sure will use to describe when they can't hear you properly. Okay, everybody, I hope that this lesson was useful for you to describe when things are not working, when they're not functioning properly at work. If you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, you can do that here. If you want to watch more business videos, you can do that here. You can also follow me on my social networks, and I hope to see you in our next Business English lesson. Bye for now.